How to deal with your ego when dealing with difficult people, when dealing with negative people. So when you go about life, when you go about your workplace, when you go about school, when you go about anywhere, any area, you're going to come across difficult and negative people. People that are going to try and push your buttons to try and get a reaction. So sometimes as people, as humans, we tend to react. Or react in a way where this guy will say, fuck you, you're a bitch, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're fat. Whatever that is, whatever the case may be that will offend and trigger you. Our ego will say, I need to get back at them and I need to prove to them that I'm not that, or I'm the person, or I'm the man, or whatever. So I'm gonna fight, so I'm gonna react back, so I'm gonna get angrier than them, louder than them, bigger than them, whatever. And you react like that. So this video here is to give you advice on how to deal with your ego in itself when it comes to dealing with negative people. So the first thing I want to talk about is ego is something that a lot of people can struggle with but not realize. And I am someone that I feel struggles with ego a lot of the time. And I have my own visions and goals and everything, and I have these own aspirations of who I want to be when I'm older and what kind of person I want to be and how I want to walk and how I want to talk and what I want to accomplish. So me talking about ego, because that's a topic that I've been dealing with as well. I learned today at work, we were learning some new subjects and stuff, and we have to learn how to deal with conflict. So me sitting in the classroom learning from this person who had dealt with difficult people all his life. And he worked in security for the majority of his life as well. And he was saying that ego is a big part of the conflict between two people, because one person wants to one-up that person, and this person wants to be better than this person, or wants to prove that they're tough, or they're strong, or that they can fight better, or whatever. The two things that he said, that when I said to him, how do you deal with your own ego when it comes to dealing with people? And he says, the first thing was, awareness in itself is transformable. So as soon as you catch yourself feeling like you're being egotistical, feeling like you're making a decision, or your next choice is going to be reactive and based on the fact that you want to prove something to someone in an egotistical way, then he says, take a step back, take a deep breath, and actually think about a logical, safe reaction and solution. Because this could be the difference between you being alive, or you getting killed or stabbed, or you getting into a fight, hitting your head, and you not being the same ever again. So he said, have the awareness to know when you are becoming egotistical in that moment, or when you're becoming reactive and thinking that you have to prove something. You don't. It's not worth it. You have to attach a why or a potential negative outcome to the choice that you're about to make with this person. Now, when you are in conflict with someone, and someone's arguing with you, or someone's yelling at you, swearing at you, trying to push your buttons, they're trying to get a reaction at you. If you react and if you let them get that reaction, they win. They have the power. They have the ability to decide how you feel. They have the ability to decide when you're sad, to decide when you're mad, to decide when you are distracted from something that actually matters, which is your job, which is your schoolwork, which is your family, which is your safety and yourself. So if you allow this person to grab a hold of your emotions, or to grab a hold of just your attention in general, you have to make sure that your why, or the reason why you are not going to get in conflict with this person, or that you are not going to make a bad choice or react out of anger or react out of ego, you have to make sure that there is a why attached to it. For example, I am not going to fight you. I am not going to try and prove that I can beat you in a fight, that I'm tougher than you, that I'm bigger than you, that I'm the man, because I would rather go home safely. I would rather take the safer route, because it could cost my life. It could cost my sister's life, it could cost my best friend's life, it could cost my brother's life, whatever. You could really pay for one simple wrong mistake with dealing with somebody, and ego can get in the way. Ego can be the death of you, can be the death of someone you love. And so just remember that. You have to attach something that's bigger than yourself when it comes to dealing with your ego, because I mean, I tell you what, I sometimes struggle with the fine line of ego and confidence. I struggle with that sometimes. It can be a thing. And as I'm still getting older and growing, I'm 22. So it's all growth. It's all learning. I'm not perfect. No one is. The only way you get better at something is by practicing, is by repetitions. And I've said this in previous videos. The way you get better at something is practicing it. There's also reflecting on it. Reflect on it, learn, try something else in the next time, adapt, grow, ask questions, practice, and you're going to improve. That's basically the formula of improving yourself in anything in life. But there's also, you gotta practice taking a deep breath when someone starts yelling at you. When someone starts trying to start something with you and trying to push your buttons, take a deep breath. Slow everything down. That's what he kept saying today. Slow everything down. And this is advice that was given to me today that I really appreciated learning from that. And now I can pass it on to you, whoever's watching this video. If you're dealing with ego when it comes to dealing with people, it's not fucking worth it, because you need to go home. You need to go home safely. You need to go back to your mum. Go back to your family. Go back to your daughter. Go back to your son. And you need to be able to be there for them, of course. So that can be a bigger reason and purpose of why you do anything.